The importance for me, from a learning perspective, to play the three roles, which was the hypnotherapist, the client in the chair, and an observer from the outside. That's pretty key. I think that's giving me as a student the perspective is being completed, broadened, and completed, and that way we understand more about, of course, how the client is feeling, what they're experiencing. Naturally, you're getting your practical skills as the hypnotherapist in the chair, so that's incredibly important. But also, which is espoused here in the training, Tim does share that it's important to know all of the angles and perspective, because this is what really gives us that complete approach to healing or client-centered and such, so that we know by observing others what mistakes we might be making. You can make a note of that, and it's even discussed. To experience it while conducting a session as a hypnotherapist, that's very important. That's obviously the biggest skill I think I needed, and certainly one of my favorite things is being in the chair. Again, this is also important because I would never trust a practitioner of any art or science or whatever to help me with something if they weren't, quote, practicing what they preached. So if they don't have the experience of being in my position, then I don't feel comfortable that they understand me. And of course, in hypnotherapy, we know that trust is the critical issue in building rapport. And that's what helps people respond to hypnosis and go into trance and be productive. So that right there is really paramount to completing out this education. How did I feel about the way the training is set up, having a coach in the room as I am conducting a session as the hypnotherapist in training? Confident and comfortable are the words that come to mind. That's actually pretty common in hypnotherapy, as it turns out. I compare it to experiences I've had in, say, college, where there's a lab course. Again, only one instructor, many students. And as we're stepping through the process of the exercise, there may be questions that come up, mistakes we make, or something that could affect the remainder of the lab experience. Now, I'm just going to compare that practically to the sessions here. We have a script that we are working with. We have a warm body client in the chair. But even so, these sessions turn out to be very real for people. Warm bodies experience breakthroughs. So having the coach there, I know that as I'm moving forward, any mistakes I may make will be caught, and I'll get some feedback instantly. Not later, not weeks down the road, but in that moment, such that I can do the best I can to learn in real time and become better. And my client in the chair there, which is a classmate, typically they will also benefit in a way. And I'm not going to end up doing anything that is not optimal or causes stress, perhaps. That's, just a deep sense of confidence, and that I'm secure in my learning environment. It's a safe and learning environment, very comfortable for that reason. It takes a little bit of the stress and the pressure, I think, off the student who is learning how to conduct themselves, really just practical skills with voice and personal presentation, not so much the really deeper analytical stuff that may need to go on. It's just getting our feet wet, getting used to it. So that makes it very easy, and I think intimate learning setting, which is important for optimized learning in any case. So I'm very pleased with that.